Alright, we are going to start up again. This is part 2 because part 1 we lost sound. So we're going to start with some degreasing treatment all around her head and mane with a product called Pink Paw Pal. Link is in my bio to purchase Pink Paw Pal, right? And then we're going to turn her around. Mainecoons are really, really oily cats, so one of the main reasons why you are bringing a Mainecoon in is to do an oil change, right? Don't worry, she'll continue to still produce oil as soon as she leaves the salon today, but yeah. One of the main reasons why long-haired cats are put on regular grooming schedule, or maintenance schedule, is basically just to get that cat an oil change, and then to, you know, just clean and blow out that coat again. Trying to get her pretty panties. Alright, let's turn you around. About to put some groomer scoop on her back feet. That's been a little sensitive with touching their feet, so one of the main reasons we use this cone when I'm driving. My seat belt for safety, right? I don't play Russian roulette with cat's fangs, right? I know a lot of cat groomers who do. No. That's what happens when you play Russian roulette over and over again. What eventually happens exactly, right? So we got all of this groomer's goop on. It's usually a 7-minute treatment. You don't just put it on and then rinse it back off again. That would be a complete waste of time, money, product, right? Little Beats brush. BEEPS is the name of this. $6. I get it from Groomer's Mart. That link is in my bio as well, right? The main link to my channel is called themainlion.lives. So that has just a ton of other links that will take you to different live streaming platforms, look at different products, things like that, right? Hi. How are you, Carlos? Hey, T-Cat. Is that how you say your name? Tea-cake? Tea-cake. Tea-cake. You must be from England. Possibly. I don't know. They eat tea-cakes there, don't they? Yeah. Hi. How did I guess that right? Hi. Oh, okay. Do you have an English background, maybe? In the UK, maybe? Alright, so groomer's goop is working. We're going to let that continue to work while we start on her face. That's Miss Pickles. Miss Pickles, say hi to your peeps. She's like, I've got peeps. Yeah. Eevee chibby peeps. Did you see her different color eyes? Isn't that cool? So cool. They're saying hi. She's like, hey. She's so thrilled to be here. She's that natural temperament. We're trying to get her to have a spa day, right? Hopefully everything will go according to plan. She's a really sweet-natured Mainecoon, so as long as I don't do anything too over the top and scare her, she should be good to go for her bath. Okay. I guess with their big old ears, I've found that a lot of Mainecoons are very sound sensitive, more so than your average cat. Seems to be the biggest issue with when you're grooming a Mainecoon cat. Thanks for the subscribe, Sarah. Okay, so well, I'm sure the owner would not want to let go of Miss Pickle. She's very bonded with her. Warm. Everything's got to be warm when you're washing cats. Someone was asking in the comment section, you know, temperature-wise, what we're doing. Warm. Everything's got to be warm. I even make the frother warm, right? She's like, there's your damn duck again. Well, hello, Karina. How are you, Karina? This is Miss Pickles. You can call her Miss Pickles. I can call her Pickles, but everyone else? How old are you now? Well, this is what you get when you go to a breeder who breeds for a perfect temperament, right? This is not anything out of the ordinary. Yeah. Usually when you go to a breeder who's breeding for good temperament, aw, thank you, Emmeline. You're going to pay, well, I don't know, like $2,000? Yeah. I would say she cost her owner a pretty penny for sure. I would say this about $2,000 on average. How you doing? Does it feel good? Look at her. Are you having a moment there? She's like, yeah, don't bother me. Waka waka. Wah, 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 wah. Hi, Madeline. That's funny because I follow a cat groomer from Africa who goes live all the time. His name is Solomon. So you are mistaken. Believe it or not. His name is Solomon. He actually goes live to groom his cats and loves cat grooming and does cat grooming live as well. I can give you his account. I just know him as Solomon. And then I know another groomer. His name is, he's known as the Dog Father. Yeah, once a year he goes to Africa with a bunch of groomers and then sets up a pop shop teaching people in Africa how to groom, right? Yeah. Dog Father from Harlem, I think is his code name. Yeah, he was grooming dogs in the middle of New York City, sort of like a pop-up, and some talent scouts spotted him. Next thing you know, he's making a commercial for a credit card company. I guess he got a lot of money for it, and he became an overnight sensation. And then he wanted to give back, so every year he makes a trip to Africa as a nonprofit to teach people in Africa how to groom, both dogs and cats. So, daughter of Zion, you are sadly mistaken. Yeah. But I love how people just come on here and make statements 100% sure of their statement, as though they know what the hell they're talking about, and they really don't. Mainecoon. Mainecoon. Some cats come in here and I call them Mainecoon-ish, but because they're not quite Mainecoons, but she's purebred. Yeah, she's a purebred. All right, she's a purebred. No, this cat's in a cat grooming detailing shop, so she's getting head to toe treatments. Basically, with cat grooming, it's more or less like an oil change, especially a Mainecoon cat. So what happens when you don't change your oil in your car? You destroy your engine, right? Well, if you don't change the oil in some of these cats and don't groom them at home, it destroys their coat. Miss Pickles. Give me Miss Pickles. I just said it, Miss Pickles. Miss Pickles, but you can color. I get to color Pickles. To everyone else, she's Miss Pickles. I know, isn't that cool? Pickless. She's like, I'm Miss Pickles to you, bitch. Well, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? Kaylee. Really? I guess. I don't know. It's alright. I do like relish. I do like relish in my chicken salad. So that is not pickles. Relish. Relish made out of pickles. Ticker. Baker. Liquor. Alright, so we got that done. We got that done. Oh, we have someone in the comment section who knows how to spell. Wow. I'm impressed. Man, she's like, no. Alright, all of this was processing. That's the groomer scoop. 7 to 10 minute treatment. We're now going to rinse all that out. Get started on her one of 3 treatments. The first one is a degreaser. You rinse that out. The second one is a degreasing. Degreaser and degreasing. Get the fuck off my page. Bye-bye. Get the fuck off my page. No, the person I just blocked, Inky, something about this cat only attacking certain colored people. What a bitch. Exactly. People want to stir up shit no matter where you go, right? I know. It's the people are feral. I'm absolutely convinced of it. Feral. We are feral. Do you know? Here's an interesting fact. Do you know that it only takes 2 weeks if your area were to run out of food, like through some natural disaster? It only takes 2 weeks if there's no food for everyone to just go feral. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's all it takes. 2 weeks. Right? Mainecoons are called gentle giants for a reason. Happy Hoodie is messing with her center of gravity, I think. There. Alright, so a Mainecoon has really short hair on the top area here. What's the best way to clean short hair? A little exfoliating glove. Yeah, sometimes when you put a Happy Hoodie on a cat's head, it can mess with their sense of balance a little bit, not too much. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, they are. Did you know they were the native cat to America? I never knew that. I haven't done the research yet, but I doubt it was this size. Been going live for 4 years now on different live streaming apps. Where the hell have you been? I did TikTok as soon as COVID hit, you know, because everybody was shut down. Didn't know what to do. So I just started, you know, going on TikTok to just keep myself busy. Miss Pickles. Waka waka. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. She's not ignoring you, she's just having her spa day, so I'm not sure what you expect, you know, because you're all like kind of invading her privacy here. How would you feel? Someone was peeking in while you were taking a shower or a bath, right? How do you think you'd feel about it? That's actually catered to the size of her, so that's a small. Normally cats were extra small, but because she's a big Mainecoon. See, here's an example of how much it stretches, right? So once again, 90% of what comes out of your mouth is going to be incorrect, right? But keep talking. 90% of what you say, because you don't know jack shit about cat grooming, 90% of what you say is going to be incorrect. That is your batting average as the public. Just FYI, right? Right in here is always really, 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 really dirty. In front of that leg and then in front of this leg, right? So a Chubb's bar is like a little cat shampoo bar. That really goes in and deep cleans up. I don't know, but it's probably on her file. I'd have to check. Currently don't know what her age is, right? Nor does it matter to me, right? You're doing it. She's like, I'm doing what? You getting your bath? Yeah. We ran out of bubbles. Sorry, we're just filling up Daryl. Wow, 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 wow. We try to make sure that all of our cat clients are groomed at low stress levels, right? Well, what you're looking for with some cats is just for them to be able to tolerate it through techniques, right? And the cat will tell you if you're using the wrong technique, right? Cats will let you know if you're doing it wrong. Yep. So sometimes it's not about looking for, you know, that cat to have a spa day. It's about just looking for something the cat will actually tolerate, right? But they'll let you know if they don't like something, right? If they're calm and still, that means you're doing it all right, right? The minute you mess up, they'll let you know. Like if I were to start spraying her with cold water, she's done, and she'll try to get out, right? So, she's like, are we there yet? She's like, are we there yet? All right. Finishing shampoo is the Top Cat by Chris Christensen called Volume. Volume shampoo is really nice. Okay? She's like, no. All right. Just cleaner and fluffier, right? You're basically getting the coat to just lift, sort of like making a lemon meringue pie, right? Waka. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Meow. Meow. Bye. See you later, Kaylee. Wee. She's like, I'm leaving. You know why she's leaving? Because we're touching the area that was all matted. So. And she got a little uncomfortable. Oh, thanks for the subscription, Kaylee. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon here in America. They can. Yeah, they can. Every Mainecoon is a little different. some have powder coats, some are very oily, some are in between. You know, they're kind of all different. Wow. Well, thank you, Sotanska. Sotanska. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wee. God bless America. God bless America. Wee. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Uh-huh. Most Mainecoons are really cool cats, right? Most Mainecoons are. It actually wasn't a lot of soap. We use a frothing technique. So once again, what you say, 90% of what you say is incorrect. Okay? That was a little bit of shampoo that was froth, right? Now we're using techniques to make sure she stays calm. If you did not use the right technique with this cat, she would not be so calm, people. Okay? So you're working with a very intelligent being, cats. All right. Waka waka, Mainecoons love water. Once again, people, just keep opening your mouth and you are wrong. Mainecoons love water. They love anything warm, basically, anything warm. All right, third step. Waka waka. Wow. She's like, what is that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is a frothed product called Thick and Thicker by Chris Christensen. The volume response foaming treatment. Just put a little bit, add some warm water, and froth it. Right? It's a 3-minute pre-treatment. Well, I'm sorry that you lost your cat, but apparently a lot of people have been kept in the dark regarding the fact that cats do not have to be nervous, do not have to be stressed out. You, the public, have been kept in the dark about that, right? GABA has been on the market for 20 years. You just asked your vet for it. They didn't discover it was going to help with firefighting cats until 2017, right? So any cat whose stress levels are way too high for grooming, their owner pre-treats with GABA now, right? But if you have a cat who's not going into upper stratosphere stress levels, but is still like really uncomfortable, you can go with an all-natural pre-treatment. That's been available for 6 years now, the CBD products, right? That link is in my bio as well. But most vets, their hands are tied. They can't talk to you about it. The Department of Drug Enforcement, DE, Department of, is it the DE? Drug Enforcement Agency. Every vet in America is under strict orders not to talk to you about CBD. They can't talk to you about it. They can't advise you about it. Even though it has become legalized all across the country with the product that takes the THC out of the product, right? You cannot talk to your vet about it, nor can they advise you about it. So it's a 3-minute treatment. So once again, you keep opening your mouth, but you don't know what you're talking about. That is a treatment. You leave it in. Sort of like when you put conditioner in your hair. What do? You leave it in for 2 minutes, right? You don't just rinse it right back out again. So know your role, shut your hole, right? Know your role, shut your hole. Is there anyone that has ever said anything in the comment section that's actually correct? Like they actually know what they're talking about? Is there anyone out there that even, unless you've groomed cats in the past, you really don't know what you're talking about? So, but yet you come on here like you think you know, but you don't. That's the part I don't get. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Waka waka. You're doing it, little one. You're doing it. Alright, so her coat has been fully restored. We started with degreasing, followed by finishing, followed by complete restoration. Once again, you don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't get any better than this. The problem is you can't see it or recognize it, but yet you want to talk about it. That's the problem, right? You can't get any better temperament with the cat. You can't get any better cleaning products. We just use the best products in the industry. Pink Pow Pow, Fashionista. We use the top shelf product line, right? You don't recognize it. Aw. Yeah, they're really smart. Part dog, right? Aren't they all just kind of part dogs? She said, I'm just going to scoot up over here, and then I'm going to jump. No flying monkey. No flying monkey. No flying monkey. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Toe. You used to get a pup for your cats, Carol? Alright. So it's really important that you keep the temperature going and keep the cat nice and warm. Otherwise, the cat's just going to look for a reason to leave, right? So all of the shampoos are heated. All of the water that we're using is heated. Everything is nice and warm, right? Including this pool of water that all of the cat's toe beans are in, that has to stay warm. Because that helps to regulate the cat, keep them nice and comfortable, right? Yeah, you don't want to open your mouth like you know what the hell you're talking about, right? She actually knows she's done. That's how smart she is. She's like, I'm finished. Yes, you are. Good girl. You did it. You did it. Alright, let's turn you around. Get your towel out. Get that going. Waka waka. Waka. Out we go. Alright, towel wrap. Burrito wrap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Waka. Waka waka. First towel wrap. You need 2, right? So Get a second one. Waka. Heat up the dryer box. Put the cat down on their side. There you go. Start drying their head. I usually use that first towel wrap for about a minute, and then you have to kind of change it out. Waka. Ba 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 ba. Good girl. Good girl. And you're so cute. Alright, let's get her out of that. Well, first towel wrap done. Right, go on to the second one. Here we go. Here we go. Up we go. Waka waka. Turn that space heater on. If you're working with a Mainecoon, space heater is going to come in really handy. Why? Because Mainecoons love heat, anything heat related, right? So keep them nice and warm and comfortable. I call them lizard cats for a reason, because they remind me when they get around heat, the same way crocodiles sun themselves. Yeah, that's the way cats can get with heat. So I call them lizard cats. Now, while she's in there, open up her tail. Probably do a set it and forget it. Do you know what a set it and forget it technique is? If you were careful in the bath and you made sure that you weren't, if you were mindful of washing your long hair cat's coat and you made sure you weren't tangling it up, then you can do the set it and forget it technique, which is to comb through your cat's coat after the bath, same way you would after you wash your own hair, right? And you can do the set it and forget it technique. Alrighty then. Now this step, the set it and forget it technique, that's not something that most cat groomers are going to do. They're usually just going to blow the cat's coat out, because they'll use the dryer to brush and comb the coat out, right? Most people may not have the right grooming tools at home, so that's why I show this technique. If you have a variable speed velocity dryer, you could just blow your cat's coat out, right? If you don't, then do this set it and forget it technique. And you can do that nice and comfortably while they're sitting in front of their space heater, right? If you've washed your cat's coat properly, it's going to dry quite quickly. If you haven't washed your cat's coat properly, it's going to take forever to dry. You feel good? She's like, yeah. This feels nice. Mm-hmm. Waka waka. Waka waka. Alright, other side. Might as well put our soft claws on right now. Just getting a full set of pink soft claws. We'll put those on right now. Waka waka. I usually use a baby white. Find the color that I want. I use the baby white because if you're going to preset with the glue, and if any of the glue touches the surface, it'll make it stick, but it's not going to stick if it's on a wet baby white. Capiche? Does that make sense to you guys? Oh, you're welcome. One. We're going to load up 5, because there's 5 nails in the front and 4 in the back. So we're going to load up with the glue for one paw. Get that started. And then you don't cut the nails all the way down to the quick. You leave a little bit so it fits the sleeve of that soft claw better. Goes on and fits better, right? Waka waka. So apparently she must be doing some kind of damage at home with her nails for the owner to be requesting the soft claws. Okay, that's done. Are we doing a Tinder account on my live cat grooming page? Are you guys kidding me? Really? Really now, sir? Carol, just let me know if you feel in any way uncomfortable with Nasser's can I get to know you better? Just say the word. You're skating on thin ice there, Nasser. Doing Tinder on a cat grooming site. Seriously? These people are desperate. You're okay? You're a big girl, you can handle it? Alright. Alright. Okay. Now, we're going to put her in there. Give her a little bit of downtime. A little bit of downtime. And we're going to do a low and slow drying. And then I only use that dryer box for about 15 minutes. It's not going to dry a cat fully. Do you know what the directions are to dry a long-haired cat for a box like that? They'll usually tell you to keep your cat in there for an hour plus. Hello. An hour. Hour and a half, right? Are you kidding me? Cat's appointment is 90 minutes. So, no, we're not going to do it. We're just going to use it for about 15 minutes. Just to try to get to like maybe 80% dry. She's like, I don't want to go in. Alright. Fine. She's about at 60% dry. We're going to get her to 80% dry. And then we're going to fluff her out with a variable speed dryer called a Salon, which is something you can get for about $80 on Amazon. They come in pink or blue. There it is. Does that look familiar? It probably does because there's a lot of prototypes of it. And they come in all different names and prices. You can see that same dryer for over $200. It's the same exact one as the Shalandi. So the Shalandi is I believe the original prototype of it. It's 80 bucks. Pink or blue, right? Alright, so that's 15 minutes getting her a little bit drier. Make sure it's all the way up. She got her soft cloths put in. She's been all combed out. We did the set it and forget it technique. So all we have to do at the very end is fluff her out with that Shalandi dryer and then do a comb through and she's done. See how simple and easy that was? And we used 3 steps. Well, actually we used 4. Degreaser, degreasing shampoo, finishing shampoo, and then the thick and thicker protein treatment at the very end, right? This ain't no $10 car wash, people. No. That is Miss Pickles. There she is. They're 2 different color eyes. Is she sweet? Oh, Feeble had made a funny. Feeble made a funny. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. And the reason why you're still on this page, Feeble, is because you didn't use the M word. Right? Ha ha. Who knows what the M word is? People are like, wait, what? What do you mean? Yeah, when people use the M word, when the cat's in there, they get blocked permanently. Waka waka. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Oh, so long. going to be someone coming to drop their 2 cats off any minute now, so I'm just going to show you real quick how I do the final blowout. And we'll probably have to cut this video short, so she'll be here in a second. Anywho, when you're drying a cat and you're using any kind of a variable speed dryer, you want to make sure you're doing happy hoodies. Look at the size of these Mainecoon's ears. They're very sensitive to sound, so you want to probably do a triple. You can layer these one on top of another, right? So I'm going to do a triple. Oh, darn. Darn. Alright, well, I guess I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back, and we were just about to show how to blow out your cat. Now, for some owners, having their cat getting used to a variable speed dryer, yeah, that can scare a lot of cats. So it's really important to understand how to do this baby step first. So you want to use the do-it-yourself stand dryer. Conair dryers are the best since they have the low frequency. This is an electric contractor plant light. You get the wide base one, 12 bucks maybe. And you get your cat used to that sound. And then you layer in the sound of the Feline dryer on top of it. Right? You layer it. You don't turn this off and turn that on. You layer over the sound of this, right? So we're going to heat up the Feline. Get it nice and warm. It'll take about a minute. Happy hoodies. We're probably going to finish with this comb. Alright, here we go. Let her out. Good girl. Alright, we're right around that 80% mark. Right? It's about 80% dry. Turn that on. Get her used to that. Gotta process that. 90% of cats are not afraid of this setup. 10% are. You have to switch to this space heater if they're afraid of that, right? Getting used to the sound of air blowing on them. I'm gonna go in with that triple layer, starting with a small happy hoodie, a large, and then you can fold that back. You can even do it one more time, a third, if you wanted to. Yeah, you could do it that way. And now what we're going to do is layer in the sound of the Feline dryer without using any utensil. We're just going to use it wide base, right? Once you think that your cat has gotten used to this, then you can put this on and that'll help tremendously. Thanks for the subscription, Ice. Hello. They're not, it's pink. Blood is red. Her nails are pink. Got it? Now we're going to try and fluff her out. Never move the cat. If they're going to position themselves, that is their choice. They've consented that this is the position that they want to be groomed in. You never mess with that. Just leave the cat until they move again, right? little bit forward. And we're going to get all around here. Two of my favorite finishing combs. This one is called the Piano S, and then this one here. These are two of my favorite finishing combs. I get both of those from the Groomer Supply House. That link is in the link in my page, the mainlion.live, right? Love, 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 love. Like he's a dog, so you just made a comment like he's some kind of dog, right? Who's gonna just go out in the yard and roll in deer poop. He's an indoor cat, right? So, once again, here we go again. Should I just stop correcting everything that you guys say? Should I just stop and allow you to just say whatever you want and then everyone else just kind of believes it? Or should I step in and correct it? Oh, look at that coat. My God. My goodness. Goodness gracious. You're just about there. Right? Just about there. Check the butt. Where? Check the butt. We're good. Other side. You are glorious. Glorious. You're the one. So her belly is fully shaped. That eliminates most of all of the problem area in her groin, belly, armpit, right? So way for owners of a full coated cat will opt to just ask for the belly shave. We call that the natural here. And then that helps to maintain their cat and keep them in relatively good condition, right? And there you have it. One glorious Mainecoon. Getting all of the beauty treatments necessary to restore her coat back to absolute pristine condition, as would be offered in a detailing shop where trained cat groomers work, right? This is not what you're going to get when you ask for a bath from a groomer, because 90% of groomers have no training in cat grooming. You're lucky if your cat even gets a bath. Usually they're going to take a product and dump it into your cat's coat. Call it, sugarcoat. You can't sugarcoat shit, people. They're going to sugarcoat it and say it's some kind of nourishing, luxuriating, they'll say all kinds of things. No, it's going to make your cat's coat look like crap. And in about 2 weeks, you're going to wonder what your $150 was for, because your cat looks like shit and is matted up again, right? So, and here's what's happening. Groomers with no training in cat grooming offer that $10 cheap car wash to their clients because they see the cat groomers over there charging the prices that they charge to detail the cat. And say, well, I'm a groomer, I'm going to charge what they're charging. But yet, the catch-22 is they're not charging for a cat being detailed. they're charging for their $10 cheap car wash, right? But yet they're adding the price tag of a detailing service to it, right? The difference between you taking your car to a detailer versus driving through a $10 car wash. That's what's happening in the pet industry. Just FYI. All right, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next time. Miss Pickles says, see ya. And thank you so much for joining us. Take care.